Honorable Yusuf Makri, Chairman of the Parliamentary Committee on the Environment and Climate Change, delivered a welcome speech at the briefing. In his remarks, emphasized the importance of the engagement as a crucial step towards advancing environmental issues in the country. He stated, the session aims to foster collaboration between EPA and Parliament.
We are here today to discuss two key issues. One has to do with the National Biodiversity Strategy and Action Plan and the Biodiversity Treaty, that is called the BBNJ. And as the chairman rightly said, last year in July, we had a meeting at the Environment Protection Agency to give you updates on how we've gone as a country with respect to biodiversity issues in this country. And as you are all aware, we are faced with a triple planetary crisis of climate change, biodiversity, and pollution. And in that, we as an agency, we are committed in developing national plans that will show how we want to address the issues of climate change, biodiversity, and pollution. But for this meeting, we'll be talking about biodiversity specifically.
Joseph S. Toure, Director of the Environmental Health and Safety Directorate at EPA, discussed the country's commitment concerning biodiversity of areas beyond national jurisdiction. He highlighted two key issues for their engagement with parliamentarians: climate change and biodiversity conservation. Director Toure elaborated that Sierra Leone, as a signatory to the relevant international conventions, is required to develop and implement a comprehensive national document that addresses these critical issues.
The triple planetary crisis of climate change, pollution, and biodiversity loss. Next slide. Yes, so as my colleague said, Mr. Sampuga Toure, we took the lead in terms of coordinating the African negotiators during the negotiating process.
Bintu Siafori Musa, Manager of Natural Resources Governance at EPA Sierra Leone, presented on the status of the National Biodiversity Strategy and Action Plan. She provided a brief background on the development of the National Biodiversity Strategy and Action Plan, outlining its importance in guiding the country's biodiversity conservation efforts. She explained that the strategy is driven by three key objectives derived from the Convention's protocol and complemented by additional international agreements.
About to do the third generation of the MBSAP, which the consultations and the review of the adoption of taking new consultants have started by onboarding new consultants. We need to produce two principal documents that should be submitted to the Secretariat by February 2026. And that is the new version of the MBSAP and the national reports. The country is expected not just to develop the strategy, we report on how we are implementing this strategy.
The program concluded with an engaging question and answer session featuring inquiries from members of parliament and media representatives, fostering dialogue on the country's environmental priorities. For Star News, Hassanatu Kamara reporting.